Hello Epic 7 newbies, this is Suspect Amy, and I'm here to do a quick video about 4-star heroes. The new ML 4-star Westwind Executioner Shuri was announced, but he's a skip for my account, since I don't build husbandos. Instead, this gives me a great opportunity to spotlight the waifu 4-star units that I use every day. Let's dive right in. Number 10. Mercedes. This is a free, high-damage unit who is great in both PvP and PvE. When it comes to content that requires a lot of AoE, like Earth Expedition or Hellraid's Secretary Vera, there are few heroes that can top Mercedes. In PvP, she has good survivability with revive and crit mitigation, and if you pair her with her artifact, Magic for Friends, she has a strong counterattack that can't be disabled by anti-counter units. What if I told you there was a unit in the game who does really high damage, but can also strip buffs from your enemies, while at the same time providing heals and buffs to your team? You guys would think that's ridiculous. Let me introduce you to number 9, Guider Aether. I know, he's not exactly a waifu, but he's the one male that gets a pass on my account, for obvious reasons. As I said before, his kit is kinda broken. The only knock against him is that while he's very good at all those things, he's not great at any of them. I use Aether heavily in PvE. He's my top DPS when it comes to Hellraid Queen. He's amazing in trial battles, and was on my top teams for the Earth Advent event. Pretty much any PvE content that requires you to skip a Soul Weaver because you can't afford to lose out on damage, Aether is your waifu. Number 8, Achates. This one is kind of a no-brainer. Achates has a mechanic that allows you to fully cleanse and heal your entire team every 2 turns. She's also very difficult to disrupt because she applies invincibility to herself as part of her rotation. Number 7. Veronica. Here's another free handout unit that comes with Chapter 5 in the story. Veronica happily replaces Wanderer Silk on most PvP teams when it comes to being a speed imprint who can reliably disable a threat on her turn. As a bonus, she's a must-have against all of those annoying units who give themselves immortality on death. Number 6. Infinite Achates. This version of Achates is another excellent healer and cleanser for your PvP or PvE teams. Her claim to fame comes with her ability to push herself significantly whenever an enemy takes a turn, making her an incredible counter to the strongest debuff openers in the game, like Monk, Luna, and SPP. Number 5. Moon Bunny. Many cleave compositions require an extra turn mechanic to set up, and Moon Bunny will just stop them in their tracks. She is so good against some cleave teams that she's literally the only anti-cleave unit you need to ban protect. She can also be used as a high effect resistance opener, who's very difficult to shut down. She'll push and buff your team into a cleave position for an easy win. Number 4. Armin. Armin is one of the few tanks in the game with a cleanse mechanic, but she is also quietly strong at dealing AoE damage. Armin is one of the core pieces of my Rift farm team. She shines in any content, PvP or PvE, where the enemy has a lot of single-target attacks since she provides team-wide 30% mitigation. Number 3. Armin, again. There's not much to say about Crimson Armin. She really only does one thing, damage mitigation. But when it comes to this one thing, she's probably the best unit in the entire game. Number 2. Angel of Light Angelica. AOL has been a terror in PvP since she was released to the game 3 years ago. I recall Smilegate even having to issue an apology and saying they made a mistake with putting this kit into a 4-star hero. Thanks to our viable RTA pool getting larger and larger, AOL's finally starting to fall off a bit in PvP. However, she's still a unit that every RTA player keeps built in their back pocket to help counter cleave and disrupt the draft. Number 1. Bloodblade Karen. BBK's recent survivability buffs make her too hard to ignore. Her AoE damage is on par with some of the best 5-star units in the game, and her extra turns and fast cycling make her a terror against revive heroes. She's also a staple in most Guild War and Arena defenses, which is a position that 4-star units have a hard time cracking. What do you guys think? Once again, these are just units I personally use every day. Post a comment if you think there is a waifu 4-star that should have made the top 10 above my picks. That's all I have today. Thanks for watching my video. Bye, everyone.